to order, and it's January the 4th at 6:03, 2021. Roll call.
Paul Guthrie, Ward 1.
Dale Dahl, Ward 6.
Ty J, Ward 3.
Don Ames, Ward 4.
Bill McDonald, Ward 5.
Pat, you were muted.
No, I'm not.
Pat Campbell, Alderman Ward 2 liaison. Thank you.
Public hearing. Sydney, what do we have? And I'd like some answers for this sometime on this, because I'm not familiar with what planning has done to us or done to everybody, and I wasn't there when they did it. Okay.
Okay. I'm not 100% sure what you're talking about there, but we have a public hearing on request by Mr. Jason Eubanks and also Bryant and Robbie Millsaps for a conditional use permit to allow metal material on the sides and rear of a detached garage, and then also to permit the 1,200 additional square feet for that garage. Is anyone signed up to speak for that meeting? Besides the applicant.
Is the applicant on?
The applicant is on, but there was, it was my understanding we were going to have someone that was going to speak at this public hearing.
Yeah, I have somebody who signed up with the online form, but I'm not sure exactly which proper.
Okay. When I spoke with him, I don't believe he actually has a home over there on Bentley. I believe he's located somewhere else.
Somewhere in the vicinity maybe, or just completely out of the way?
I believe I know him from a different project off of Caudill, so I don't believe he has made it on this meeting. He was going to speak in support of the applicant.
And the person lives on Caudill?
Well, the property I'm familiar that I've dealt with him on.
Okay, so you don't know where he lives.
Right.
Okay.
So do we go?
Close the public hearing?
Yeah, we can close it. I will go ahead. I'm sorry. I apologize here for being a little scattered here, but we did also receive an email that I would like to read into the public record for the public hearing portion. It says, we received a letter from you recently concerning a request from our neighbors, Jason and Stacy Eubank, concerning their desire to put a small structure on their property. I've misplaced your letter, but we wanted to respond some way to let you know we are totally in favor of this project. Jason and Stacy came to our house and verbally outlined the details of the proposed building. It would be good if you could accept this email instead of us attending the planning commission meeting either in person or by Zoom. We have no comments to make. We just want you to know we have no objections to this proposal. And then they asked to confirm, and it was from Steve and Deborah Malden at 112 Benley Drive, which are the neighbors that are immediately adjacent to where the structure would be placed.
Okay, are we ready for the plaintiff, the applicant, to give what they're wanting?
I believe we would close the public hearing and then do the minute.
Oh, we already did.
Well, that was part of the public hearing. So
Sorry.
that was part of it. I apologize. That wasn't my staff report. Yeah, so now we would close that and then go on to the minutes.
Okay.
I move to approve the minutes.
I got a question first. The sheet says December 2nd, where our minutes were really December 7th.
Yeah, I'll fix that on our agenda.
Okay. I second.
Any questions? Any discussion? All in favor say aye. What? Roll call.
Paul Guthrie, Ward 1, aye.
Ty J, Ward 3, aye.
Don
Dale
Ames,
Dahl,
Ward
Ward
4.
6. Aye.
Bill McDonald, Ward 5, aye. So the minutes passed. All business. We don't have any, I don't think. New business, Sydney. Now we're ready for the app.
Now we're ready. All
I
right.
haven't done this in a while.
Oh, that's all right. Welcome back. What's going to be appeal case 0121-1M. It's a request by Jason and Stacy Eubanks and Robbie and Bryant Millsaps for a conditional use permit to permit a 1,200 square foot garage, and for the sides of that garage, the sides and rear to be metal at 118 Vinley Drive. So I gave you the staff report, and there may have been some issues opening it. I don't know. So kind of to give a little synopsis, this is the very first detached accessory apartment that was permitted in Hendersonville. And it went through prior to the ordinance, like when they were first discussing it, they were just going to have this prior to the change of the ordinance that allowed it. And so there was some permitting that was done to kind of allow construction to begin. And then so basically that went through, the ordinance passed, people can now do this. They paved the way for others to do the same thing. And so the house itself is about 4,300 square feet. And then the detached garage is, I want to say around it's about 2,300 square feet. At the time, there was some confusion because the applicant thought that having that breezeway made it attached. And so when they came to the city, they just were wanting, they have an acre, so they could by right do up to 1,500 square feet of a detached garage. So they came to the city and they said, hey, we want to do white brick on the front of this building, but we would like to be able to have metal on the sides and the rear. And so that has to go before the Board of Zoning Appeals. And so as we kind of looked into it and some of the history on it, with the cloudiness of the whole thing and the way our ordinance was written now, a breezeway, unless it's enclosed, is considered detached. So we kind of let the applicant know that as part of this request, they're also going to have to request the 1,200 square feet. Because again, they had all the electrical and everything in that breezeway, and it was their understanding that they had met the criteria for this to be attached. So we're kind of trying to address and clean up some of those issues. So if that helps kind of clarify the report that you have and the information you have. And that's my little part of it, and the applicant is here to speak if they would so like to do so.
Okay, well, this is Robbie Saps. Hi, it's Bryant and Robbie Millsaps, but Bryant's a little under the weather, fighting the COVID right now. I think our son-in-law and our daughter are on also. Is that right, Sydney? Do you see them?
I see your son-in-law, yes.
Maybe he needs to talk first, and then I'll jump in. Okay, because we all own this property together. So let Jason talk to you first.
Okay,
There, I'm on mute. Am I good? We here?
you're good.
Yeah. Hey, thanks everybody for allowing us to do this too. And Sydney pretty much covered it. I know the report she sent out, that is right on what we were looking at. We've talked about doing this. We wanted to do the white building, and we want to do brick on the front, metal on the sides and the rear. We want to flow with the look of the existing house here, and that's where we're at. And we're looking to you guys for the approval for the metal on the sides. I know, Cindy, do they all have the report, I guess?
They do. There was some issues with whether or not it got sent to junk mail, and then some people had some issues opening it up, and so they should. Nobody's told me they don't have it at this point.
I'm looking at it right now. I've been
Okay.
looking at it for the last few hours.
Okay.
Yeah, and the reason I said, I guess that way everybody can kind of see, and if they got any questions for us as far as how it's kind of laid out and things like that, we're open to whatever y'all want to know, and we'll answer as best we can.
Bill, this is Don. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Is the metal going to be like clapboard style, horizontal, look like wood? Or is it more the industrial type of metal siding?
Well, that is a good question. Probably we hadn't got as far into picking the style yet. I guess because we were just trying to go with the process and start through y'all, and then we'll kind of go through there. And if there's rules and regulations on that, then we'll obviously do what needs to be done. If we can get the okay for the metal sides.
Yeah, if I can follow up on that question, are you thinking that you would have white metal?
Yes, sir. Yeah, and we're going to shingle the roof is what we would like to do, and windows on the sides and the back. Again, still to have the flow to match the house as best we can with the structure.
I'm not sure that our ordinance allows metal on garages and stuff anymore.
That's why they're coming, yeah, that's why they're coming to you, because the ordinance will allow 400 square feet for a metal building that's detached. Now, a house can be entirely metal. There's nothing against that. But the detached building, it's up to 400 square feet. So that's why they're coming to you to get that exception if you so grant it.
Okay.
Sydney,
Yes, ma'am.
Robbie,
Yes.
and Bryant, would like to say hello to Mr. Ames from Bryant. Our house that Stacy and Jason live in, the older home, it's a white brick home. And then we built this retirement cottage. We will have built it 4 years ago this June at the time of Bryant Planning Commission. And we were a first for this. This home is to the left of the original home that Bryant and I live in, kind of back in the woods. And this, for the members there, this garage will be to the right. And I want it, as my son-in-law and daughter, we want it to match the whole property because we feel like we've got a beautiful property here. And we want it built very well. That's why we are looking toward having, I think, Jason having the Amish to build it so it's built right. And the brick will match the brick on the existing older home and the white brick that we had on this home, the cottage. And it will have more windows than metal probably by the time it's over with. Right now, as you see, maybe the picture that Jason sent in, it will be where their camper is now. And this will be a garage to take care of the camper and other equipment. Jason is a chief in the fire department in Nashville, and he cuts yards on the side, as most firemen do. And this will be a garage for the camper and for his equipment. So, but believe me, I want it, and Bryant and I both want it to look very nice like the rest of this property does.
Any other questions for?
Well, this is Don. Please say hello to Brian for me, please.
Oh, yeah.
I have every confidence that they will do the right thing and do what they said they would do. And I would like to make a motion that we approve this applicant's request for both size and for the materials that they requested.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? I don't like the metal on the building, because I've turned buildings down because of the metal being on garages and things in the last 2 or 3 years.
What's your reasoning for that?
because the ordinance was passed to not do that anymore a few years ago. Because you used to have little aluminum garages and buildings sitting all over these lots, and then they passed the ordinance to stop that. They had to be out of wood.
Yeah, can I expound on that a little bit?
You
So
can't.
that ordinance came into being in 2014 because people were putting up 3,000 square foot metal buildings and then running doing car repairs out of those. And so they were like, well, we've got to find a way to stop it. So we're going to kind of limit this to a much smaller building. And so that's why it's there. Like I said, a home can be made out of metal. This could be made out of wood. It could be made out of, bamboo if they wanted to. It's it's just that metal was kind of particularly honed in on due to that whole 3,000 square foot thing that they were doing to start, doing car repairs. There was one instance in specific that kind of triggered that. So, that I don't know if that helps or not, but
If I may, can I speak on that also?
Sure.
That's why, kind of sound like a broken record, but that's why we went with the whole, we're putting windows on it, the shingle roof, because we think that would actually look better than doing the metal, roof on it also, to flow with the look of the existing house. And we just think that with the way we're coming to it with you guys, that does preserve the look, and it doesn't mess any of that up as far as that goes. I understand what you're saying, but
and I do just kind of want to reiterate that the front will be white brick
correct.
to match the house. So
Correct. We're wanting to do the white brick on the front, black trim with everything, and then of course the shingle roof on it. So we were hoping that would be okay with you guys for the look and what we're wanting to do. Thanks.
Thank you. Any other discussion on this?
I have a question for Sydney, just for my understanding.
Okay.
So in your report, you say here the property is just over an acre. The coverage will be 13.7% if permitted. 25% of lot coverage is permitted. So are you saying that if we approve this, their coverage is still below the total allotment?
that's correct. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Are we ready to vote?
Yes.
Roll call, Don.
Don Ames, Ward 4, aye.
Paul Geltry,
I vote with reservations, but I vote aye.
Dale,
Ward 6, I vote aye.
Jay,
Ward 3, I vote aye.
Bill McDonald, Ward 5, and I vote no because I don't like the metal on the thing, but it doesn't make any difference. It passed anyway. So you have your conditional use on the building and the metal.
Thank you so much.
Thank you all. We
Thank you.
appreciate it.
And believe us, it will be done nicely. And you're welcome to come over for a cookout afterwards. If we ever get out of this COVID, and Don, I'll make Bryant do the barbecue, okay?
Works for me. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a nice evening.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank y'all.
Thank you. The next item is other business election of officers.
So we'll probably touch on this later, but in the time that I have been here, most other boards kind of annually they vote and do a chairman and a vice chairman. But this one has been this way for a long time. And we were trying to go back and figure out, how is this board set up? And Bill, you've been here the longest. Can you shed light on that? Have y'all ever done that?
We have a chairman and a co-chairman.
Okay.
In my case, if I'm not there, the co-chairman takes over.
Okay. And
Used to be used to be, what's his name? Andy Holt, or whatever his name was
Okay,
at one time, and then he left.
okay.
Whoever you nominate whenever I'm not there is doing it.
Well, we've done Dale Dool and we've done Don Ames, and so
Yep.
I just kind of want to have a little bit of discussion on this, just to figure out, you know, what we would need to do to codify it and make sure I'm letting the right person lead the meeting.
Okay.
So I guess I should start by asking, would you like to continue to be the chair, or would there be other nominations, or?
If there's anybody else that wants it, I'll be glad to give it to them because I'm in my last 3-year term. Okay, I'm not going to ask to be renewed again when this term's up. You hear me?
Well, I think you look good in that seat, in my opinion. So we'll just wait. We'll wait till you say goodbye in 3 years if you decide to do that.
Okay, it's whatever you all want. Okay.
I second that.
From where I come from, that's called voluntold, I think.
It's like being the president of the HOA. No one really wants that job.
You got that right.
To be proper with MTS and all that, we do need a structure, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
we do.
Yeah. So
We
I
can
guess
do
we
that.
can do a roll call vote on that. If you guys want to do it, if you guys want to kind of put it off and think about it until the next meeting or whatever, we can do that. But I just wanted to at least have some dialogue and try to get this a little bit sorted. So,
It's a new year. I say let's do it.
okay. All right. So I hear a motion for Bill McDonald to continue on as chair by Dale Dool,
That's correct.
seconded by Paul Guthrie. So you want to do a roll call vote on that?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Don Ames,
Aye.
Dale.
Aye, for you.
Thank you. Paul,
Aye for you.
Jay,
Aye. you.
Bill says aye too. I may not want to.
Well, the ayes have it. There you go. Congratulations on your supreme honor. We will quadruple your pay.
Yeah, uh-huh.
I think you should get
Are we
I
all
think
company
we need to
card,
do
too.
a vice chair too. And I'd like to nominate Mr. Ames as vice chair.
I'll second that.
Okay. I mean, this could get awkward, so you guys are handling it great.
Okay.
So seconded nomination by Bill for Ames. Mr. Ames, are you okay with that?
Do I get a car?
No,
The one you're driving.
Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'm okay with that. That's good.
Okay. All right. And then, so motion by McDonald for Ames and then seconded by Dool.
yes,
And any other discussion on that?
don't think so. Ready for a roll call.
Let's do it.
Don Ames,
Aye.
Dale,
Aye, for Don.
uh-huh. Paul,
Aye.
Jay,
Aye.
Bill says aye for Don. So he's the vice chair.
Thank you.
Hey.
I'd like to thank all the little people. I appreciate it very much.
Sydney, are we all compliant with our education?
Yes, congratulations. I do need I got your affidavit. I will need the affidavit from Don Ames and from Paul Guthrie. And I can send that back out in the email. It's basically saying, hey, I watched the video, and
Thankfully.
that's all it is.
Oh, it was not a form that you sent out?
Well, it was a template that was a form that said, I, Don Ames, watched this video. I swear by my firstborn child and all the things.
I don't recall getting it. If you don't mind sending me another one.
I will happily resend that, and that is all. And
I
then
thought Miss Cindy, I thought I did send that in from somebody. In other words, yours, like for Bill McDonald, I vote yes, I did. Then I put on there, yes, I did. In other
Okay.
words, maybe I
yeah,
didn't
so
do it right.
it's a little form. I'll just email that to you and you can get that back to me if you want to drop it off, mail it off, or email it back to me.
Okay.
It's yeah, just a little more formal than the email. But y'all all did it. You're compliant. Yay. Thank you very much for that. That makes our lives a whole lot easier. And I will send you those certificates tomorrow so that you can hang them on your wall
Oh,
and
boy.
enjoy your accolades. So there's that. And
Do I hear
I
a
guess
motion to adjourn?
I have one more little thing.
Okay.
We did not get an application for February, so enjoy the break.
Oh, no.
You.
You can't find one somewhere?
Well, we had 2 in the works and I talked them down for now.
Well, I vote for you to be president then.
We
No.
we still go door to door and drum some business up if we need to.
See what
Yeah.
you can do about that.
It's
second
been a long
that,
time
Don.
since we had a month off.
Okay. Is that all of it, Cindy?
That's it.
Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So move.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
See you in 2 months.
See ya.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Pat, I have a
Good
question
to
for
see
you.
you guys.
Yes, sir, Ty. Sure.
You sticking with us,
It's
Pat?
New Year, so you're still with us? You didn't get somebody else to jump in?
No, I stayed here because I've been doing this now for 6 years, and
Yeah, he's
I've
fine.
learned how it flows. I mean, when I first joined, Don can tell you that we had the Airbnb issue that was a hot
Oh,
topic. That
That's when you signed on? Oh, man.